In the grand tapestry of human thought, few philosophers stand as tall and unyielding as Stoicism, a school of thought that asks us not to fear life's inevitable challenges, but to embrace them. Stoicism teaches that the philosopher, the wise and good man, is one who lives in harmony with nature, unafraid of the things beyond his control. Pain, loss, even death, these are not to be feared. The only true fear, according to the Stoics, is failing in one's moral duty, falling short of being the person you were meant to be. At the heart of this philosophy is Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and philosopher, whose personal writings, collected in Meditations, offer us a glimpse into the mind of a man who grappled daily with power, temptation, and the weight of responsibility. Despite ruling an empire that spanned much of the known world, Marcus was not drawn to the hedonistic pleasures that often defined the lives of Roman emperors. He could have indulged in every vice, money, sex, wine, but chose instead to live a life of virtue. It is this choice, made consistently over the 19 years of his reign, that defines his greatness. Imagine for a moment the position Marcus was in. As emperor, he had the power to fulfill any desire, to act on any whim without consequence. The Roman Empire had few limitations, and those who ruled it often saw themselves as above the law, above custom, and above the expectations of ordinary people. Yet, Marcus Aurelius, faced with a world of unlimited indulgence, chose to follow a path of discipline and restraint. This was not a one-time decision, but a daily practice, a commitment to living in accordance with virtue, no matter the temptations that surrounded him. Meditations, which has since become one of the most profound philosophical works in history, was never meant to be read by anyone other than Marcus himself. It is not a book in the traditional sense. It is more of a journal, a collection of his personal reflections on life, leadership, and morality. Divided into 12 parts and consisting of about 150 pages, it is a raw, unfiltered look into the soul of a man who sought to live a good life, not for the sake of fame or praise, but because it was the right thing to do. These writings, though deeply personal, resonate with anyone who has ever struggled with the question of how to live well in a world filled with distractions and temptations. Central to Marcus's philosophy was the belief in living in accordance with nature. But when he spoke of nature, he meant more than just the physical world of plants and animals. He referred to the natural order of the universe. Just as a tree grows to its fullest potential without seeking approval or praise, humans too, Marcus believed, are meant to fulfill their potential. We are not here to accumulate wealth or seek fame. Our true purpose is to live a life of virtue, to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. This idea is perhaps more relevant today than ever before. In a world where success is often measured by material wealth, status, and external achievements, Marcus Aurelius' teachings remind us that these things are fleeting and ultimately unimportant. What truly matters, he believed, is the pursuit of virtue, kindness, wisdom, courage, and self-discipline. To fail to reach our potential, to live a life focused on external rewards rather than internal growth, is the greatest tragedy we can face. Marcus also understood that the world is full of challenges, evil people, difficult circumstances, unexpected losses. He did not shy away from this reality. In fact, he embraced it. Life, he knew, is full of thorns, just as a vine cannot grow without them. We cannot control the actions of others, nor can we prevent hardship from entering our lives. But we can control how we respond. Marcus believed that it is not the presence of adversity that defines us, but how we face it. When difficulties arise, we should meet them with courage, knowing that our response is what truly matters. This mindset extended to his view of death. Marcus was not afraid of death. He saw it as a natural part of life, something that all of us must face. Death, like life's challenges, is beyond our control. What is within our control is how we live while we are here. Marcus believed that life's purpose is to fulfill our potential, to live virtuously, and to help others. When death comes, we should accept it as part of the natural order, just as we accept the seasons changing or the sun setting. To live in fear of death, he argued, is to waste the precious time we have. One of Marcus's most profound insights was his belief that we are all born for each other. He often reminded himself that just as trees bear fruit for the benefit of animals, and animals die to nourish the earth, we too are part of a larger interconnected world. Our purpose is not just to live for ourselves but to contribute to the greater good, to help one another, and to fulfill our role in the natural order. To turn away from this responsibility is, in Marcus's eyes, the only true failure in life. Yet, even with this sense of duty to others, Marcus was not blind to the reality of human nature. He understood that not everyone would live up to these ideals. Evil people exist, and we will inevitably encounter them in our lives. But Marcus did not believe in judging or condemning them. Instead, he saw their actions as the result of ignorance. They do wrong because they do not know any better. And just as we have our faults, so do they. It is not our place to judge, but to understand, to be kind, and to focus on living our own lives virtuously. Ultimately, Marcus Aurelius's philosophy was one of endurance and resilience. Life will bring hardships, but we must not be defeated by them. Instead, we must see them as opportunities to grow, to become stronger, and to live up to our fullest potential. When faced with adversity, Marcus reminded himself to act, not complain, to endure, not falter, because, in the end, the only thing that truly matters is how we choose to live. This brings us to the Stoic concept of happiness, a state of being that is not dependent on external circumstances, but comes from within. For Marcus and the Stoics, true happiness is found in the pursuit of virtue. It is not something that can be bought or earned through fame or wealth. It is a state of inner peace, achieved through living in accordance with one's values and fulfilling one's potential. The only true failure, the Stoics believed, is to fall short of this potential, to let oneself down by not becoming all that one can be. And so, the teachings of Marcus Aurelius endure. His reflections on life, death, virtue, and duty offer timeless wisdom for anyone seeking to live a good life. His example reminds us that no matter our circumstances, no matter the temptations or challenges we face, we always have the choice to live in accordance with our values, to be kind, to be courageous, and to be the best versions of ourselves. This, Marcus believed, is the highest calling of all.